I'm dressed for the occasion. Look at my little onesie. Don't look at my Crocs. I thought they were quite fitting. I'm annoying.
You like birds? You want to make sexy birds? There's a lot of sexy birds in media. You're one of them.
What? Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Jessica and today I'm going to show you how I made my armored Sirfetch'D sexy bird Pokemon. It's a theme going on here. Wow, very cool, Jessica. We know you like sexy Pokemon. Take it home. Go away. I am stupidly proud of this costume because it was supposed to be a meme and it just started to snowball into something so much bigger. It was literally just supposed to be like, hee hee, a leak shield. Like I always say, this is just a general walkthrough thing on how I did stuff. If you are a creator or crafter yourself and you look at something that I do and you go, that is not how I would make a sexy bird, I immediately just think of Kaz from Breath of the Wild. You're lying if you don't think Kaz is hot. I also made a sexy version and I'm actually going to time the release. So if you're like, that's very cool that you made armor for this bird, but I want to see that bird naked.
You don't want to be like this.
Everything I'm saying is weird.
Are you by any chance the oddball in your family?
Hey, stop! Why?
Here we go.
Who's that Pokemon? It's the fairy!
All right, let's start. I wanted to start off, I wanted to make a breastplate. I say breastplate loosely because, bitch, this is just a hot glue foam bra. To make the foam stick a little better and to make it easier to paint, I covered the cups with multiple layers of Mod Podge and wood glue. After a couple coats, it makes the cups kind of hard and kind of a good surface to work with as far as gluing and painting and all that jazz. I save so many of my bras simply because I know I can use them as a good base for crafting later. I'm a hoarder. Once everything was all covered and hard, I put some little feather shapes on there. I cut them out of 2mm foam and laid them on the bra to see if they would even be a vibe. I heated them to shape them around the bra before and then glued them on. I shaped them to kind of be like Sirfetch'D's wings just to make sure everything kind of had together nicely, since besides the sword and shield, this was kind of a free-for-all as far as design. How do you cosplay a fucking bird? But that's why I like cosplaying Pokemon. You can do whatever you want, however you like it. Have fun, be free! I added some swirlies and beveled edges to make it a little bit more fancy. When you paint it and everything is all done, it looks like a warble bra. Paint it now. The base of the bra is green, the wings were white, and then I made the details all gold. And I moved on to the bracers. For the bracers, I was like, well, let me do some sort of wing thing going on. So I made a base shape and then cut out a bunch of feathers to layer up the bracer to give a wee noddle to the design of Sirfetch'D. To tie it into the boobs, I added the same kind of swirlies to the bracers and then primed and painted. Tell me this does not look like that one foam tutorial that was going around in the very, very beginning of all cosplay days. If you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what it is. I added some bevel detailing on top as well as some gems later on, but I don't show it because I forgot. Sorry. I just did the same spiel with a white paint and then gold detailing. Woohoo! That was weak. Woohoo! Yeah. Next was the helmet. I used Mr. Evil Ted's helmet pattern to make my helmet. They have some awesome patterns over there. I really recommend checking them out. I have a massive head, so I had to make mine slightly bigger, so make adjustments as you see fit. I followed the pattern, cut it out, glued it together. It felt very cool. 10 out of 10 experience. Thank you very much. Like, no joke, I'm 5'7", but my head is literally made for someone who's like 6'4". I blame my father. He is 6'7". My head is bigger than Ryan's. I wanted my Sirfetch'D to have a visor type thing going on in the front as the beak, so I made the visor get like a night visor. I just glued 2 triangles together and cut a bunch of slits in it and boom. Like this video if you would like a swift headbutt from my gigantic cranium. Originally, I was going to do feathers on the top of his head like how it actually is, and when I looked at it for a while, I was kind of not really into it and changed it later on. But if you want to do that, make it. Do it. Make it your own. I ended up making the head feather shape into Valkyrie wings on the sides of the helmet. Aesthetically, I was just way more keen on this. Then I took a little tuft of the wig hair I was using, and I put a little tuft of it into the top of the head, and it made it feel way more knight-like. I also added some extra details and whatnot to the sides and back of the helmet to tie it into the bra and the arms. Ignore those things on top. I take those off later. Then I just painted everything out with basic acrylics and went back in and airbrushed them.
I want to say.
Because he's an onion leek knight, I added more swirly type details around the costume to really bring in the vibe. These swirlies on the side of the helmet are the same ones I made from Immersi. I almost forgot to add some sort of eyebrow situation, so I added literal triangular eyebrow shapes on the top of the helmet to be like, milady. For that little tuft, I just took an existing wig that I was going to be using for the costume, cut off a piece, and then shoved it into the top, and it was great. Then I added some dowels to make it look like, that is not damage, that is intentional. Next was the shoulders. I wanted these to be simple and leaf-shaped, so I just zoomed some really simple shoulders that would just sit directly right on top of mine. I cut the basic shape, then cut some slits in each side so that when I glued it together, it would curve and swoop. After these were all glued up, I added some fancy beveled edging to the outside to bring it home and match, just to make it more bird. For the record, this got so much more complicated than I originally intended, and I realized only now when I was making actual shoulder pads for this that I was like, maybe she's in a bit deeper than I originally intended. But then, of course, I yeeted myself fully into it after its realization, so fuck it. Sexy bird Pokemon tits.
I agree.
Oh my god. Since I was already balls deep in this bird, I thought if I'm doing shoulder pads, I might as well do those like little mini shoulder pads that every set of armor has that protects the lower part of the upper arm. So I made those really quick, just like cut a general shape, beveled edges, boom. I am le garbage at remembering to record anything. But I added gems to the whole bunch of the armor pieces because things were escalating quickly. This was turning into a World of Warcraft armor. Here's a montage of me painting all the armor. Just hit it with a coat of white paint, do all the details black, then airbrush some gray, and then go over and paint the details gold. Holy shit. I didn't really want to continue making armor for this thing because at this point I was like, it was like a weekend and something that was supposed to be a dumb meme was like, fuck it. But let me make a fancy belt and gradient dye fabric for this tunic thing. I hoarded this fabric for years. I think this was supposed to be for my Venusaur fabric. Tis I, the bitch who never finishes anything and never completes Pokemon starter costumes. I'll never change. I sewed up these little side capelets and gradient dyed them. Used some yellow thigh-high boots for the leggies. Also dyed a white wig to match the vibes. This is the wig that I cut for the helmet. Capelet was looking a little bit empty, so I added a little bit of gold bias tape around the edges to really tie it in and bring it together. Since Sirfetch'D's tail is like 3 little pieces, feathers, I thought 3 little capelet parts. Nobody's gonna give a shit about that, but I care. For the sword, I literally just hacked apart a Party City sword and detailed with Warbler. I, of course, did not record this because I am a pleb, so take this fancy footage of it while I explain. I just cut off the bottom and replaced it with a foam ball. I cut off the edges of the hilt and replaced with some Warble leaves and then painted and airbrushed. Wow, very nice, very cool. Now to the shield. For the shield, I made a bunch of these shapes in pre-feed content, woo! Out of 3mm EVA foam in varying shapes and sizes, and then just layered them together. I wasn't really sure how I was going to do this initially, and then just started messing around with some foam shapes, and it happened. Hi, Rye. What does it look like I'm doing here?
Making bumblebee wings.
Yeah. For the top leaves, I cut 4 banana-type shapes and glued them together at the top and sanded the top connection part down so it would be a bit more smooth. For the actual base of the shield, I covered a pool noodle in foam and just slotted that thing right up in the middle to create a nice sturdy base for the shield. Why did I spend so much effort on a meme? It started out so simple. It was just gonna be a bra in a wig, like old times. Yeah. I built a cylindrical box for the bottom half of the leek shield that I just made out of EVA foam. Because I was zooming in on this costume, I made sure to add lots of random extra bits of the shield to hide all my sins and to once again tie the costume in together with the rest of the armor. I added some gems and straps and little gold bevel bits to make it all come together. I also made a bikini. Yeah. Painted with acrylics and then airbrushed to blend out the colors so it looks like real leaves. And that's it!
Stare into my eyes in the dark. Stare into my eyes forever. Stare into my eyes in the
watch the whole thing.
Okay. The adult wearing a little Pokemon onesie, creeping around the room, and I'm gonna edit this together, so. That's it! You finished it! Thank you so much for watching. Like always, thank you for being a part of whatever it is that I put on here. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, leave a comment, let me know who your favorite Pokemon is down below. Thank you so much for just letting me kind of, hello? Would you like to watch this video? Please check the description. There's tons of tutorials and stuff for other creators, crafters, and cosplayers that you can check out. New people to enrich your life with their creations because they're fantastic. If this wasn't your thing, go ahead and check out my forbidden website. I will be dropping a free set over there for you if you want to check it out. If not, no worries. Ignore me and ignore this plug. All right, I'm gonna go. Bye!